Look and feel good this riding season with casual and armored long-sleeve flannels from Leather Up. Leather Up is your source for iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability. Visit leatherup.com. Welcome to another edition of the Motorcycle Mayhem Radio Podcast, hosted by Johnny Rizzo, where we talk about everything motorcycle, from tips on safe riding to apparel and accessories to where the next events are and everything in between. So, let's mount up and ride. Hey Johnny, where are we going this time?
Here we are, Prison Break Tattoos in Houston, right. Texas. This place is amazing.
This is where Johnny will get locked up.
Maybe. And this is where you get the electric chair. Hey? Uh-oh. This place is great. I feel like I'm in Disney. All right. So you guys do a lot of tattoos here, and this is what do you specialize in? Like a certain style that you do, or?
We do all different kinds of styles. Our artist, he's not here right now, but I mean, he can do any. I know there's several different styles.
Really?
And I don't know all the names because I just don't know that much, but he does amazing work. I mean, you can just give him an idea of what you want and just kind of toss an idea around, and he will come up with something amazing. One of the sleeves he did for a Marine.
Wow.
So they're called crayon eaters. I didn't know that. Okay. Marines. And so for each of his children, he did a crayon.
Oh, wow.
In their favorite color with their little autograph, with their signature on that crayon. And I mean, just different little personal touches.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's great.
He does a great job at just making magic happen.
That's fantastic. So the reason why we're here is that we brought a vest to you guys to give to DJ Daniels, which that's up here. It's him up there. Right? Now, how do you know DJ?
So, I've been friends with Chief Raymond Garavay for many years. Raymond started the whole idea of these children that are diagnosed with cancer that are supporters of law enforcement. And the very first child he supported was Abigail Arias.
Okay.
And Abigail, that's Abigail's plaque up there. Abigail was sworn into hundreds of different police departments, but he made her an honorary chief of police of Freeport, Texas, which is where he was the chief back
Okay.
then. Now he's the chief in Kemah, Texas, which is down on Galveston Bay. And he was swearing DJ in as an assistant chief right after DJ was made an honorary Secret Service agent. But like I said, we're friends, and he was complaining. He was worried that they wouldn't, get there on time because
Right.
they've been so busy. I said, well, we're going to drive right by. I'll pick them up. And he goes, you do that? I said, sure. So we went and picked up DJ and his dad, and we spent an hour in the car each way, and we ended up building a relationship. DJ was sworn into our motorcycle club, the Thin Blue Line Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club.
Awesome.
He's now an honorary member. That's my extra cut.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we had him come in
Follow you.
because for Abigail, her favorite animal is a llama. So Chief Garibay has a llama tattoo. And then we had another young man named Julian, who is
In this cell here. In this cell.
Yeah. No, Julian, we just took this down because we're putting it up in another place. But Julian makes dinosaurs.
Oh, wow.
So we did the dinosaur tattoo. Chief Garibay had the llama tattoo done here years ago. We did the dinosaur tattoo for Julian. And we had DJ create his turtle artwork a couple of months ago, and DJ did that artwork
And his little catchphrase is on your bumper.
on your bumper.
Right, nice.
And when his dad is ready, we are going to give his dad his turtle tattoo.
Oh, excellent. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Where is the vest?
Oh, right here.
So this vest, Leather Up, they own Hot Leathers and Milwaukee Leather. They're a sponsor of Motorcycle Mayhem Radio. They saw the show that we did with Sideshow, and they wanted to donate this vest to DJ. So it's kind of, was it a jacket or a vest? I think it's a jacket.
Oh my, look how cute.
And that'll fit him too, right?
And that'll fit him.
That will fit him.
That will fit him.
So this jacket will go to DJ.
That is awesome.
We brought it all the way from New Jersey to New York to Texas. So here we are.
He's got a little hitter.
That's actually who I bought that vest from, was Leather Up.
Leather Up,
Yep.
leatherup.com.
Leatherup.com.
So, like I said, Milwaukee Leathers or Hot Leathers. There you go.
Perfect.
All right.
so much. That's great.
So I think he'll love that.
Yep.
So you guys are going to give it to him? And he'll do a video with you guys
Video? Absolutely.
calling out Leather Up and all that good stuff. And they're great. So
Very cool.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad we traveled 1,400 miles for this, right? Which was awesome. Right, now we're going to go to Dallas. No.
Thank you so much.
Very nice meeting you guys.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump from here when you're from Texas.
There you go. Exactly.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
There are so many awesome bike rallies all over this great country, which you can find at cyclefish.com. Check out cyclefish.com for a full schedule of events. Cyclefish.com. Please go to cyclefish.com for all the details.
cancer programs. We provide free breast cancer wellness and support services in Queens County, Nassau County, and Suffolk County. And we have been founded in 2008. I founded this organization. So you can't hear? Turn it up.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me now? Okay. So I was saying I founded this organization in 2008, and we're going strong. And thank you to all of you out there, our supporters that have been to our functions, that are here today new. With the money that you give us for these functions, we use to help people with breast cancer. We provide many different services to them, whether it's a cooling cap, a lymphedema sleeve, a massage, Reiki, food cards, drum sets, even for their children. We try to work with their children. We work with the family as a whole, too. So we also provided like musical lessons for somebody whose mother was metastatic, and then she passed, and we're still working with them. And we continue to provide this time with trumpet lessons. So we do work with the patient, but also with the families as well. We're not a cookie cutter organization. We see what the needs are of the patient to try to make their journey a lot easier. Because going through breast cancer or any cancer is a very difficult road to go down. So we want to try to help them with support services, again, to make their quality of life a little bit better as they go through their treatments. I want to thank my board of directors for everything that they've done through the years. They did tremendous work to keep this going. I mean, I'm only one person. I can't do this without my board of directors, without all the volunteers we have. And we have many volunteers that volunteer for different functions, or have volunteers that come every other week to deliver food to our breast cancer patients. We have 27 families. We get donated food from different sources, and we all meet, and I have at least 15 volunteers that are in that program that help me deliver every other week to the families food. So there's a lot of different things that we do, and it's because of all of you out there that we get to do this. So thank you again. Thank you to my volunteers. Thank you to the committee that worked so hard to get this all together. This wasn't an easy task, and I just want to thank Maria Jack, who started this whole event here 3 years ago, and her husband Robbie Jack up here, he's going to be slapping some bass soon, and all these awesome musicians that are coming here and volunteering their time. I'm a musician as well, so I am so grateful to all them, and they are top-notch musicians here. I'm sure you guys have heard them before playing out in Long Island. They're great bands. They're up here, and thank you all again for coming to this event.
One more time for Dawn, everybody.
Sweet Bob, 114. Who's gonna take it home? Get down there. What's this? Michael Cook.
Guys, this is awesome. I want to thank Johnny. It's awesome. And Dawn, where are you, Dawn? Give it up for Dawn, huh? Round of applause. And now,
Congratulations, Kelly.
it's time. Now it's time.
For 2 years, I've been talking about a motorcycle. For a whole year, I've been talking about this fucking bike. Let's get rid of it tonight. Hit it! Joseph, Benito, Bono. Is Joseph here? All right.
It was an amazing show. I'm able to help out a little bit by donating. I did, and God willing, knew I wanted a motorcycle, so yeah. Whoever wants to go riding, I got a bike. No friends, let's do it. Thank you.
Howdy, cowboy.
Here we are. Try this brisket. Texas brisket.
Oh, thank you. We're sharing.
Excellent. Brisket fried rice. Here we go. I better try another one just to make sure. Hold on.
Is it good?
Oh my God. That is amazing. I'm at the one of those after. Good stuff.
Where are you?
I don't know, where am I? What is it?
Harvest Hall in Grapevine.
Where?
Harvest Hall in Grapevine.
Harvest Hall in Grapevine. Awesome place. Now eat. We're going to do leadership.
Okay, hi, welcome to House of Shine. My name's Allison. It's right off of Main Street, and we're a leadership development nonprofit. Our mission is to strengthen communities by growing confident, self-aware, and resilient leaders who are equipped with a deep understanding of themselves and why their contributions to the world matter. And the way we teach this is through our SHINE framework, which is right behind you. And SHINE stands for strengths, hobbies, interests, and irritants, needs, and experiences. And we believe that all these things combined help people be the most confident, self-aware, and resilient leaders they can be. So when students go up and go to college, they know confidently what they want to major in, or they know they don't want to go to college and they want to go to training school or military or whatever it may be. Or when adults may be pivoting careers, they know confidently what they need from their coworkers, what their hobbies are, what their interests are, etc. So yes, this is House of Shine. Thank you.
Dawn? Why aren't you answering? Dawn? I'm calling another payphone. You're not answering the payphone. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time. But these are special. These give you a nice message to your heart. Love it.
Well, does it come with a cardiologist?
It does.
Here's a cardiologist card with those cheese fries.
It's on the napkin.
The brisket nachos is really the #1 hit out there. I've done a couple of competitions with it, and it's knocked it out of the park multiple times.
Well, your brisket is beyond. I've had a lot of different barbecue from a lot of different places, and yours was right there up on the top, man.
I appreciate it.
It was right there on the top.
So I'm curious, what did you bring us today?
Yeah, what did you bring us
Today I brought y'all sliced beef barbecue with some sausage.
You can't wait.
He can't wait.
I want to show, and I want to. Let's open this up.
Yeah, that's the beef.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Whatever it is has bacon on it.
Oh my God! Look at that. That's gonna clog your arteries.
Good thing I don't have to see you guys for another week.
There's your brisket.
Look at that. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
He's over there like
You're from
drooling.
New York and you want some real barbecue, so guess what?
And was that all the fiction? Oh.
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 Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
There's some sausage.
We got onions, we got pickles over here, got potato salad.
Oh my God.
That's just fucking amazing.
Out of this world.
Oh, it snaps too.
I know.
You gotta have the snap.
Wow. So Randall,
You guys go ahead.
if someone's looking for a food truck for their event, for their charity event, or just to be at their place of business or whatever, for just for
Whatever
a
they
luncheon,
want.
whatever they want.
Yes, sir.
How do they get a hold of you?
They can find us on Facebook at Lone Star Cuisine or Trouble Tea Barbecue. You can also reach out to us at LoneStarCuisineRandall.com.
All right.
And if you can't find all that, reach out to us. I'll get you in contact with him too.
Yeah, contact information will be up on our website. Just click the link, and it'll bring you right over to Randall's. They're gonna
barbecue.
Well, Randall, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
for bringing the food and being part
Yes,
of the
sir.
99% Radio Network, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. We are ready to eat. I know Johnny's ready to eat.
I
we're
can't
coming-
think now after the.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna bring up our next guest. Let's just play a quick commercial, and we'll be back right after these messages.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but, you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time. And even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Oh, man, welcome back to the 99. We are stuffing our faces here in the studio. I want to welcome Johnny Rizzo from New York with Motorcycle Mayhem. Welcome, Johnny.
I'm busy here.
Welcome.
Hey!
Thanks for coming
What's
down.
up, man?
Thanks for coming down.
I'm glad to be here, man. That's what a professional studio looks like. All right, wow.
Yeah, we got your food. Like, you
My
know.
God, look at this. I'm in heaven. I thought I
Yeah.
was going to pass out over there.
Intruder guest star.
This is all because of Pitbull. She was like, I got to feed Johnny.
He said
I
he
gotta feed
wanted
him.
barbecue.
No, I got to say, I can't believe how tall she is. I was like, wow.
6 foot F-bomb.
The best hug of the day was her hugging Dawn.
My best friend is actually her height, so it's
Wow.
like, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, how was the flight coming here?
Well, the flight coming here, what did we get delayed like a half an hour on the way down?
Because yesterday we had some pretty bad storms and
Well, that's what happened to us. We landed right in Houston, and then the plane stops on the runway. And like, all right, well, can we get off now? An hour and a half. They made
you
us
would
sit there.
sit on the tarmac.
Yeah, because the plane in front of us was in our terminal, and it was broken down. Plus, they made all these other flights come from here to there.
What time was this? It was late too, wasn't it?
It was like 12 o'clock. Something
Oh,
like that.
I thought you guys came
I was like,
late.
I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my ribs was showing.
Bring me
I'm
peanuts.
starving.
Bring me something.
You know what I mean? So, I got to eat.
He's been talking about Barbie for a week leading up
Right?
to this too.
But I will say, we went over to Prison Break Tattoo.
I saw.
Yes.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Really awesome. I mean, that's the whole jail cell theme is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I need to
And
get
the
down
electric
there.
chair and all that, you know?
Yeah, Hal and Jen and the whole staff of Prison Break, they are really a community-based veteran first responder tattoo shop that was featured on A&E way back with Heroes, Inc., and everything in that is about our heroes and our veterans and our first responders. That we were down there a couple of months ago where we interviewed DJ Daniels and Leather Up. I got a big shout out for your sponsor, Leather Up, who's sent us some nice vests and also sent a vest over to DJ Daniels that you dropped off at.
They gave him a jacket. Awesome. Like I said, it's not only Leather Up, because Leather Up owns Hot Leathers and Milwaukee Leather.
Okay.
So go to those places and they got great stuff over there. So they saw the show that we did with DJ and they wanted to donate a jacket to him.
Wow.
And they wanted to give you guys vests as well.
Fantastic, man.
We're going to make these the official 99.
These are official 99 vests.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I want to thank Leather Up Milwaukee and everybody from there. What?
We got shirts for you guys too.
All right.
Wow.
Man, I think I only grabbed what I can grab here. Let me show you. Man, fun.
Well, I have a shirt. I have a shirt. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Motorcycle Mayhem shirt.
So what do we have here?
No,
We have,
aren't you special? I don't have one.
Well,
all right, hold on.
all right.
I'm gonna have to give you the one.
I'm wearing my official pinup and Pistons shirt.
I got a medium.
That'll work.
That's you.
That'll work.
All right.
All right.
Presents and food.
Food, man. with this
Did
stuff.
you bring
I gotta tell you.
the quadruple X for flex?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Extra large.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wear that in good health. I've been thinking about you the whole time.
Oh man.
All right, wait.
And that should be.
I grab the right size of him because we were a mess when. I don't get in trouble. Wait for her.
Man, while you're getting all that away, I want to say hello to Massimino, man, one of our dedicated followers.
Definitely.
He is in Phoenix, Arizona today, head back to Italy. Have a safe flight, Massimino. I appreciate you tuning in each and every week.
Love
Man, I see Lone Star Cuisine is on now.
Yes.
Your mama.
mama's always on.
Your mama's always on.
I got two.
Oh.
And she did her ice bucket challenge.
She did the ice bucket
You have
challenge.
Jeffrey Gray to do his.
Yeah,
That was kinda cool.
Ice bucket challenge. I
The
did
ice
that a long
bucket
time ago.
The ice bucket. Yeah, they did
Doing
it for
it again.
ALS. But we got challenged by Mike Kislak and Aaron Wild with 92.1. Hank FM. So we started doing this following
from the
about.
UK.
Yep, doing a mental health awareness challenge, which is one of those big issues that we are battling each and every day. Everybody's battling a little mental health issue.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that we get the awareness up, and it's okay not to be okay, man. It's just not okay to stay there. There are a lot of resources out there. If whatever modality you want to take, if you don't want to sit on a couch and talk to a therapist, there's equine therapy, there's hiking, there's trailing, there's hunting with soldiers. There are so many different modalities out there. You just can't sit on a couch and wallow, but you got to get your body moving.
Absolutely.
Especially even wind therapy. Get out there and do some wind therapy. Ink therapy. Go to Prison Tattoo. Get some ink. Get yourself all inked up, man. You'd be surprised on what these little things you do for yourself can help you.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, speaking about wind therapy, man, we've been discussing motorcycle safety for the last couple of weeks with Lori Montoya
It's Motorcycle Safety
and
Month.
Glenn. It's Motorcycle Safety Month. And, last week we talked about distracted drivers.
Yep.
Glenn, you brought up a thing today just before we came on that you want to talk about. And these are these unmanned vehicles that are going to be traveling on our roadways now. So how, we're trying to combat distracted drivers with motorcycles. How are we going to combat an unmanned vehicle?
Well, it's unknown.
It's very unknown.
But
To be direct, so the issue really is it's twofold. And on a side note, as a typical lawyer, I'll answer the question with a question. No, I'm kidding.
You're not a typical lawyer.
Is the bottom line is going up the chain, keep it basic, and just holding those that are doing those things accountable. Back in the 1880s, I'm talking about 1800s, people resisted the telephone. People were, the telephone's going to ruin our society, right?
And it has. They were right.
It
really has.
I'm just now seeing it.
And I know I can hear my wife in the background as they get to the point. So the bottom line is that as lawyers, we have a role in society to make sure that information is out there and that those that might be causing danger are held accountable and that actual evolvement and resolution and changes occur. Technology is necessary and a great thing to a point. So to answer your question, it really has to do with balancing the need for technology, the need for efficiency, but never sacrificing safety. And I'll tie this into a certain app that's black with a four letters on, or 5 letters on it. It starts with a U, that most of us use a lot. You know, that particular platform, because of many legislative movements from lawyers and people that have held that company accountable, that particular platform has created safety things. We have a safety program, a safety this, safety that. Well, all of their safety stuff is after the fact, after you're injured, after you're wrecked, after you're raped, after you're, flashed by someone who wasn't screened, after the person injures someone and kills a person, and the next day continues to drive for the company. Yeah. So those safety platforms need to be done on the front end. There's a lot of legislative movements that need to be done with those companies that are doing the 18-wheelers and big rigs. They're actually not technically 18-wheelers. And by the way, you could have maybe got on time today because you could have rode from Houston to Dallas on the.
If you would have given me the right link today, I would have been here on time.
Well, there's you can, for more information, there's a company out there called Aurora Transportation, or Aurora in general, and another one called Axion, I think. And they are running, what's going on is they're using the test drive market on I-45. And so between Dallas and Houston, they're using driverless big rigs. And the literature is out there. Now, for me personally, as somebody who grew up in East Texas on the farm, the bottom line is they're also taking hard-working Americans' jobs away from them, and hard-working, great truck drivers. And there's a lot of good truck drivers out there. And for those guys, man, that's a whole nother conversation. I'll be washing dishes all night long, because in our family, you bring up politics, you wash all the dishes, right? That's the rule. So the bottom line is I love washing dishes, so I'll be the one to stir it up, and I don't give a damn. So the bottom line is it's still out there. Be aware of it. And so to relate this back to motorcycle safety, you really have to watch out for this because the technology is still undecided as to the blind spot monitoring that these big rigs have and the level of the lasers and machinery involved in terms of – so the advocacy that's happening is – what are the settings and the technology? I'm trying to put this in an engineering perspective because, as you know, the height line of the motorcycle might be quite different on a BMW versus a Fat Boy, so or a short burst. What about that blind spot? And man, it's crazy that it's out there. We're talking about it. There's a lot of conversations about how we're going to hold them accountable from an insurance perspective, but the bottom line is they're rushing it. And it's not safe
It should be rushed, yeah.
So more testing needs to be done. So what you can advocate against it, in my opinion, is, Facebook, social media. Use social media the way it's supposed to be using and the benefits that are out there. So that's what you can do. Just, contact your local congressperson, raise a storm about it. Grassroots still matter. I know that's hard to believe sometimes in today's society, but they do. And we can... look what happened with Tesla. So Tesla had all the driverless vehicles and all this stuff, and they dialed that back because enough people stood up against those mofos and made it happen.
Right.
So these tractor trailers now are on the road.
They're big rigs. Yeah, they technically don't all qualify. They're like the big box trucks and stuff. But yeah, they're on the road right now.
They're on the road.
On the road.
Unload them.
Yeah.
You got robots.
They're probably going to try to reallocate the truck drivers to do that shit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not cool.
Like I said, man, I am so for technology and progression.
It's scary.
My brother
but it
owns
is
a
scary.
trucking company, so I'm all pro truck driver.
I was in QT the other day. They had this robot washing the floor.
No,
and you
I will
almost
take
tripped
that.
What?
I will take that.
That takes away a
I
job.
got R2D2 in the house. You know,
but that takes away
Not my floor.
Maybe in your house, but that takes away a job from somebody who could be mopping that floor.
That's really interesting that you said that because I said that to a couple of my daughters, and they said, "Well, actually, Dad, it might be the opposite. That in the 50 years, that the new market for jobs, for infrastructure, for people, trade schools, different things like that, is robotics and is training this up. So look, I fought it as grandfather, like to my kids and my grandkid and grandchild. Like this is my job to be the protector, like Tulsa King style, and just go in their face. But the bottom line is, I may be wrong on that. So there's a lot of great things that are happening, but please stand up against driverless. 18-wheelers and big rigs. That's my
don't
personal
trust
opinion.
it. I just
I got
can't
one
be
thing
a
to say
man.
about social media. Can we transition for a second?
Yeah.
Go for
Let
it.
me take a bite. Go ahead.
So,
That's the
you know,
transition.
social media is the platform to use against these things. But if, you know, my firm does a lot more than just motorcycle cases. We do cases against Meta and different companies that hold our children to levels of addiction that are beyond comprehension. The bottom line is if your child or young adult in your family, age 25 or younger, started using social media under the age of 18, which that's about 99.99% of the population.
Yeah.
And they have suffered attempted suicide or worse, or have harmed themselves, self-harm, things of that nature, and use it more than 3 hours a day, which is most of the population. Please contact my firm for more information. You probably have a case.
Wow.
So we are in the process of taking those on. And then the last piece of information that I want to give out there to folks is kind of tie it back to the Cowtown people and others. The old naval, if you live near the old Naval Air Station and all that in Fort Worth, or for that matter in Temple or out by what's now known as Fort Cavazos, used to be Fort Hood, please be aware of what's in the water. If you suffer from testicular cancer or kidney cancer, it's likely that your body is infected and contaminated with polyfluoroalkyl, which is in all the pans and all the other things that we eat, and is now known to be found in everywhere in the world, including polar bear blood. And you can thank 3M for that in 1970s in developing that chemical. So bottom line is, not to be like Debbie Downer, but last thing I got to say.
I got to eat something now.
This is one more thing. I'm really passionate. I love this
Say
food
something
here.
bad about sausage.
No, this food here. Let's say something good.
Not today. Do it next week.
So what we say is a lot of people are like, what's the deal with personal injury cases? A personal injury case, a great lawyer who knows what they're doing is like a chef. Okay? They got to be able to cook all the ingredients, make sure everything's taken care of, and that all the ingredients go into the case, because I love that analogy because I worked in restaurants for 18 years of my life. So when you're making badass brisket like this is here in front of me, you got to, you know, there's a process. You got to be patient and know the process. Bottom line, contact us if you've got that situation. We can take care of it. It's making sure that you're the chef and the master of the case for the client to make sure that everything goes correctly.
That's why.
All right.
Don't drink water.
Yeah. Don't drink
Bottom
water.
line.
Don't drink water.
Well, hey, listen, I've never heard a lawyer describe himself to a plate of brisket before,
I like it.
but it was a good analogy.
You made me
And,
hungry.
You know, because
I know, I'm about to starve.
two things, man. Randall came in here and he said what he puts into his brisket is mostly love,
Yep.
and that's what makes it and time and passion into his process. You know, the experienced attorneys over at Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack do the same thing when they take your case on. They put the time, the passion, the love behind it.
Thank you.
It's not about the money. It's about getting what is rightly deserved and to make sure that you are well taken care of. So, Glenn, man, I want to thank you once again for
absolutely.
everything, bro.
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate it.
I'm so grateful, and I'm looking forward to eating this food.
All right.
Or at least
Right.
one little
Yeah, alone.
one corner of it before Johnny eats it.
Why does Flesh keep looking at me?
No.
Flesh like, I want that guy.
Yeah. we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to hear from Lori Montoya over in Colorado right after these messages.
Lori.
Thank you.
Dig in. Get a plate.
The reason why I made the decision to found and open Glenn Larson Law is for one simple reason. Every single client deserves to have their voice heard, their recovery made, and most of all, the closure and the compensation that they deserve. It has been my personal mission and personal dedication to making sure that every single thing we do with every ounce of loyalty, honor, certainty, and absolute unity to make sure that our client's story is told every single time. This is why I founded Glenn Larson Law.
Me and Glenn go way back. We first met in middle school. We were in high school together. We also worked together in college, waiting tables our first couple of years of school. And so we worked in the service industry together for a few years. So that kind of kept our tight bond together.
At Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, we are passionate about serving our clients by honoring their stories, their voices, and their recovery. Our firm is built on the foundational principles of honor, certainty, passion, unity, and loyalty. To achieve our vision, we uphold our loyalty to our clients, each other, ourselves, our families, and our clients' families and friends in every single thing that we do. We are dedicated to providing exceptional support and guidance, ensuring that every client's journey is respected and valued. With absolute certainty, we stand ready. Call us. We are here to serve you in your time of injury, to make sure that you receive the compensation, the closure, and most of all, that your story is told.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From heated to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off. Rocca Vaca, distilled 5 times in tailor-made copper stills from the finest Spanish Tempranillo grapes. Exceptional smoothness with a sophisticated fruit taste and is a unique organic and gluten-free vodka. Rocca Vaca, the vodka that rocks. Enjoy responsibly. A proud sponsor of the Motorcycle Mayhem Radio Show.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas, man. We are powered by the OBBM Network and sponsored by the Biker Wolf Pack. Ow! All right, we are back with Motorcycle Mayhem in the house. Johnny Rizzo.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here, man. And Dawn D'Amelia.
Yes.
I said that right. Okay, Dawn D'Amelia. Dawn, man, you guys both collaborated through Rock and Road for Cure and Motorcycle Mayhem. Gave away a bike.
Yes, we did.
If I ever hear her say the words raffle and bike in the same sentence again, I might choke her out right here.
It was very exciting, I have to say. It was a lot of work. We sold almost 185, I think.
185
tickets. We were trying to get to 300. However, it's very difficult.
It is difficult.
We were selling them at $100 each.
But still, I mean, if you think about it, 300 tickets, that's a 1 in 300 chance to win a motorcycle.
Yes.
Those odds are really good.
It was 21 out of 300 because we had 21 prizes altogether.
Oh, wow.
Including the
Less,
bike.
yeah.
Yeah, 20 runner-up prizes.
Right.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Which were like vests, helmets, anything related to bikers, side saddles, different things like that. But it was very exciting. I have to say, we spent almost a year, Johnny and I, raffling, selling the raffles. And it was to benefit Rock and the Road for a Cure, which is an organization I founded back in 2008 when I was first diagnosed with breast cancer. I am a 3-time survivor. And with my first diagnosis, I, was lucky enough to have a lot of support from family and friends and people in the community who all stepped up, made me food, helped me with getting to my appointments, keeping track of things for me with doctors and things like that. Because when you're hit with a diagnosis of any type of cancer, it's shocking, first of all.
I can't imagine the to hear those words. I mean, you went in for a breast exam, I guess, right?
Yes.
Or you found a lump?
No, I found it myself. My breast, it dimpled in.
Okay.
So that's one of the signs when you're doing your self-exams, which everyone should do every week. Men and women, by the way, should do your own self-exams. You should know your body, basically going around your breasts, feeling like this, around your breasts. Of course, on your skin on skin.
I tried doing that at the mall, but the strangers, they called the cops on me.
So if you feel anything that's unusual, definitely go to the doctor right away and have it looked at, because you have nothing to lose by having something looked at. It could be something like a fatty cyst or a tumor. It could be nothing, but you never know. So early detection is the best. Keep up with your mammograms every year or self-exams. A lot of a big percentage of women find it themselves.
Yeah.
What
You know?
age is what age do you think that women need to start really going and getting checked or doing it
Okay,
themselves?
so I'm going to backtrack
Yeah.
to when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
19 years old, I went to the gynecologist and she was doing a check on me and found a lump in my breast. So my first lump that was found was back in 2019. I'm sorry, I don't even know. No, I don't even know what year. All I know is I was 19 years old. And they found a lump. Again, didn't know if it was breast cancer or not, because back then they didn't even
19.
have, where the biopsy, they just right away, took it out. And so I had my first lumpectomy back when I was 19. Thank God it was a fatty tumor. But I'm saying you got to start basically when you become a teenager, because now more and more people are getting diagnosed at a younger age.
Do you think when a woman's doing a self-exam, she finds a lump, and like you said, early detection is probably what's going to save your life?
Yes.
Right. But are there, just like a man, you find something, you're like, you know what, it's going to go away. I'm gonna let it
especially
go.
men. I'm sorry
Yeah.
to
I was
say.
gonna say the women probably would go. The men are gonna wait a little bit.
It's the fear of what
Do you
you
wanna
may
know?
do you want to know, and I can see that in a lot of people going, oh well,
See,
I
I'm a
just
little
pulled a
different.
muscle, or
I'm a
I
little
don't
different.
know.
I'd rather go quickly and find out so I can quit worrying if it isn't something.
Yeah, no,
That's how I am. 'cause
But
I'm
I think a lot of people are
worrywart.
scared to find out, so they
Yeah.
let it go, and then it can just get
Well,
progressively
yeah,
get
I
worse.
think it's more just unaware. I think a lot of people just don't really know to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. I mean, I admit I'm 42 years old. I really haven't had a proper exam,
A
I mean,
mammogram.
mammogram. I mean, I haven't had insurance. I've been a single mom, and so a lot of times that's the case. You're thinking the financial reasons, like how much is that going to
Luckily
cost?
for Dawn, I get for one every night now.
So even if you don't have insurance,
watch your next
there's
testicle
places
exam.
in every state that you could, look up an organization that will connect you to find a free mammogram.
Okay.
So if you don't have insurance, please do that. And a lot of times, if along with the free mammogram, if God forbid they do find something, they usually the place that provides the free mammogram can also find free insurance for you as
Okay.
well.
'Cause that was
Medical
like a lot of
insurance.
since I was like me being a single mom, my course had all my single mom friends too, and a lot of us didn't have insurance. I actually still don't.
Yes.
So that is a big thing, the cost wise, and you do put yourself kind of on the back burner a lot because you're worried about costs, because you're worried about you got to pay for the bills for your kid first before you take care of yourself.
Of course. Even when we help patients, a lot of times when we say what will help make your journey easier, they're concerned about their children first before themselves even. So sometimes we do things for the children because that's what mentally helps them feel better.
Yeah.
And if mentally you feel better, it's easier for you to battle the cancer and do better at getting into remission quicker or on an easier path.
I think a mental state. I mean, that
Yes.
would be like that is a big cure. If you're in a good state of mind, you got a
Right.
good core around you,
Yes.
that brings up everything around you. I mean, I can't imagine somebody that doesn't have a support system having to go through that. And, that's why things like this and getting people aware of what you're doing, and they can find people that are going through the same things and have
Yes.
like-minded people around them and fight this together.
So unfortunately, a lot of people don't have support systems. We work with a lot of single moms, and they have no family. They really don't have, close friends, and we become their support system. And it's part of the reason I started this organization. I realized I was lucky to have that support, which many people are out there, but there's a lot of people that don't. So we're the people that they come to if they need, it's not only financial support, it's emotional support.
Yeah.
It's, before what he was talking about is, talking about nutrition and spiritual support and physical and mental, all those things do count towards, recovery and getting through all this. So, when before you were talking about food and the brisket.
Matter of fact, you guys want some brisket? We got Hunting with Soldiers
and all
over there.
this good stuff.
Yeah.
It smells amazing. But
They're like, no, if we didn't kill it, we're not eating it.
Yeah, probably, right?
Is it venison?
we have a nutritionist who works with us, and basically it's watching what you eat. Look at the ingredients on the box. Try to eat more whole foods. Stay away from
Be able
the
to pronounce
carbs.
what you can on the ingredients.
Yeah, you look at a box and you're like Exober, what,
And the first part of the ingredients, the first things that are listed are going to be the most pronounced in that. So make sure you be aware of like what's in it. The core ingredients are the first few things in there. I know it's hard to find everything that's completely all natural because the budget.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to buy.
It's more expensive to buy organic.
Yes, it is.
Good food.
And the lesser ingredients on there, the better when you're looking at box things or that type of thing. And when I said Johnny's going to actually lose weight in Italy, and the reason I say that is there is 1,000 ingredients that our FDA allows in our food in the United States that is not allowed overseas. And we have one of the highest rates of cancer here in the United States. And that's because what is allowed in our foods. So please check your labels. There's many things that are carcinogenics that we consume. I see they're trying to take out the red dye.
I heard that. I heard Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yes.
is trying to, and he brought that up at one of his statements that other overseas put a lot less chemicals and a lot less byproducts into their food, and we are just putting red dyes and all these different things into our food, and it's causing us health issues, obesity too. So when I went to Europe many years ago for like 3 weeks, I actually ate everything that was at these restaurants. I came back and I lost weight, and I couldn't understand, how did I have all that pizza,
all the
pasta, this, but also it's because there's not all these chemicals put in. It's all ingredients that are fresh.
Right.
It's freshly made. It's picked off the vines, the trees.
Yes. But it tastes amazing.
We are eating foods that the chemicals in them are causing a lot of irregularities in our cells.
They focus on the shelf life more than the nutrition.
Yes.
It seems like.
So if, be aware, you're better off getting a whole potato than, a box of some instant rice or something like that. Check your ingredients. It's better to have jasmine rice than white rice or brown rice. So, kind of, do your own research. There's so many things. There's so, with social media, TikTok, all sorts of things, ways you could find information, or, just look up on Google. And you can't believe everything you read. So find out from different sources, but nutrition is very important in fighting this battle. Your emotional state is as well.
Yeah, we're getting a comment from Billy Ball. The FDA is a joke. If they approve it, it's a medicine. When they recall it, it's a drug. They approve all the BS and then they recall. And when they can no longer line their pockets from the people calling them out. And she's stating a fact, man, because it's the FDA that's just approving all these stuff to line their own pockets with it.
Right.
And they don't care about our health.
Because they want the pharmaceutical companies to make money.
Yeah.
So they don't care about our own health. And that's why everybody out there, you have to do your own research. You have to be proactive in whatever you put in your body, or whatever you do for your body, or whatever you give to your children or the people around you. So, try to cut down when you're used to eating some stuff that I know is really enjoyable to eat and taste, because we grew up eating these things, but they're not always great for you.
But you know what? As bikers, as guys that are always on the road, jumping, bar hopping, going from bar food to bar food to bar food, sometimes it's hard to make those nutritional choices. But
they're just slight choices, though. Like instead of going and getting like the sloppy taco, you get the chicken.
Right. Try to do
it.
There are small changes that you can do. Instead of eating the fried, eat the grilled. Certain things, and you'll see a change.
Instead of the full Coke with Jack, get the diet and Jack.
Just kidding. One thing I've learned, a wise man, a friend of mine once told me, Bobby Sopa, the wise man, said, all you have to do to lose weight and eat right, just put the word diet in front of anything. Like this diet sausage is so good.
Okay, don't believe Johnny Rizzo what he says.
This diet brisket is just out of this world.
The diet brisket,
As
you
you
can
see, diet.
As he's sitting there with 4 plates
As
of
you
barbecue
can see,
in
don't
front of
listen
him
to
and a
this
double
man
XL
here,
motorcycle shirt.
And Irish Pat's out there. He's rooting for the Mets out there. Irish Pat, wait till I get back. We're in Texas town, baby.
But yeah, be more proactive. like you said, there are certain, you're on the road as far as like we go to a lot of these events. They got hot dogs, hamburgers. You don't have too many choices there.
Right.
But you know what?
Salad food truck.
Yeah, it's
There's no such thing as a salad food truck.
There needs
Okay.
to
Well,
be
it
a
probably is,
chop shop.
but
maybe skip the buns. I do it. If we go to a barbecue,
The
or
lettuce
something,
cannolis.
skip the hot dog instead, have the burger, and skip the buns on the burger, and just get a fork.
All the flavors in the
or
meat
eat
anyway.
like they did, just pick up the burger and eat it.
Yep. Yeah.
Where are we going
Hands
after this?
and a napkin.
We're going
well,
to Will Hoyt.
we're going to Will Hoyt's after this.
All right, so
which
we're gonna eat
the
salads when we
food
get there,
is-
right?
They
The
do have
food
a
is
killer
very
salad
nutritious.
bar.
Well, yes.
They have an amazing salad bar,
Um,
actually.
Yes.
I'm starving.
So
You see my ribs.
Up.
all right, let's get off the nutritional for a second. Let's talk about Rock and Road for a Cure on how that became developed, because that is something you are very, very passionate about. You and Johnny Ball.
And she really is. And I gotta tell you, she's up all night long. And I wake up at like 5 a.m. She's still working. And I'm like, don't go to bed. You have to go to sleep. Go days. She'll go days, weeks. And I've never seen anybody so passionate about something that she does. I'm very proud of what she does. And I think it's awesome what you do.
Awesome.
I'm glad to be part of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. I am passionate about it. And again, it's about the support I had when I went through this. It's about, being there for each other and about giving back and helping others in the community that don't have what maybe we might have or be as fortunate. And when I speak to someone even younger than me, now I got diagnosed initially, my first bout, I was 39 years old. So when you say, when should you start checking right away, as a teenager, start checking, know your body, know
There's
your
not a rule
boobies,
book to this.
know your body. And so my first bout, I had the whole gamut. I had 4 surgeries. I, had chemo, immunotherapy. I had then follow up with a tamoxifen pill, which actually blocks your estrogen. And I was only 40 then. They started blocking, although my body fought it, and I'm happy it did. But anyway, with everything that you put in your body, drugs, there's always side effects.
Right.
There's always side effects. So, with the tamoxifen, I got a side effect where it caused a grapefruit-sized tumor on my ovary, which thank God that wasn't cancerous, and I wouldn't know until after they did surgery. But I am here, and I'm here for a reason. I'm here so that I could give the help that people need out there. And we do help we're not a cookie cutter organization. We have nurse case managers who will call and work with you and see what your needs are. And from there, that's when we follow up with what you need to get through this journey with the least amount of stress as possible. We try to lower your stress, help you with coping, things like that. But we do provide housekeeping, transportation, lymphedema sleeves, wigs, nutritional consults, yoga, Reiki. We're starting a new program with Sound Bowl Energy as well,
okay. Yeah.
Which should be coming off the ground maybe in about a month or so. So we do a lot of different, like you were talking about, modalities. Like, we're talking about extending your life before, living longer. Those modalities you're talking about, which, meet the spirituality of yourself, your physical, your mental, which I actually study recreational therapy. That's what my study was. I got a master's degree. And, with these different modalities you talk about, and we're not talking about drugs or medicine. We're talking about natural things you could do to lower your stress, whether it's yoga, whether it's reading a book, whether
Or
it's
going out
writing-
and killing deer.
Yeah, it could be hunting, whatever it is. It's,
Yeah.
like you said, ink, wind therapy.
Right.
There's so many things. So find those things that, if you're going through cancer, find those things that make you happy. Surround yourself with people that give you positive energy. People that make you laugh is very important. The endorphins that your body naturally makes helps you to fight any disease that you have in your body. Laughter. There's studies on this. Even I'm talking about the sound energy healing bowls. There's certain frequencies also that help you with soothing or curing. So there's other things you could do besides the doctor telling you, here, take this chemo, take this pill, take away your estrogen and all that. So just, do your research. So we provide some of these things that people don't have access to, people may not have money for. People, we're talking about the mammograms. Every state, they have nonprofit organizations or even hospitals that provide free mammograms. You just got to do your research.
I would not know that.
Google it in. Like, I'm in New York. We have many hospitals that they're called mammo vans. And what they do is it's a big RV that has mammogram machines inside the truck. And they go around to different areas where people are underinsured or have no insurance, and they could get a free mammogram in the truck. And then from there, if somebody is found that they have a positive diagnosis, they'll follow up and help them to get the insurance that they need.
So we need to know about it. If there's somebody that knows something like that in the DFW area, I would love for you to post and tag.
Yeah,
I think that's important.
Just make sure that when the van pulls up, it didn't say free candy and that's crossed out, and then it says free mammograms. Just watch the truck that you're getting into.
So I'm sure there's
Just a disclaimer.
in Texas there has to be these type of things that they provide over here. And I'm hoping my son actually is going for his PhD at Texas A&M.
That's why you're down here.
And he's doing breast cancer research.
That's the second reason why they're here.
He's been for 2 years now. He's researching estrogen and progesterone positive breast cancer, which that's the type I had, and also triple negative.
You inspired him.
And also he's doing research for children that have Down syndrome, but not children, but women that are carrying babies where the chromosome is off, and they're trying to figure out how to get that extra chromosome in so that the baby's not born with Down syndrome.
Wow.
So he's doing a lot here, and he's going for his PhD. And so we're hoping to start a chapter here. I don't know in this area, but in Texas.
All right.
So that we could provide some of these services here. And if there's anybody out there listening to me that would like to help fund the program of us starting Rockin' the Road for a Cure chapter here in Texas, please reach out to the 99% and, give them your information. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Guys.
Gonna go worldwide with this.
Yeah. So we do a lot of, with the motorcycle we raffled, I just want to get back to that, was the first question. So the guy that won, Joe Romeo. So we did it at the end of our Boogie for Boobies event. And we put everybody's name in a virtual wheel that, got a raffle, and they spun it up on the screens. So we started with number 20 and we worked our way down to the grand prize of the motorcycle. And Johnny was up there announcing the winners.
Got every name wrong, by the way.
And which I am sorry, but I had to get over here to Texas. I will be posting the runner-up winners as well, and have contacted some. And some were already there to pick up their prizes. But the man that won, he said he bought a ticket back in April, and then the day before the event, he bought a ticket. And he said he was manifesting in his mind to win this bike. He kept thinking positive. He even looked up on AI what were the chances of him winning.
Yeah.
And he saw, because we did it live on Facebook. He wasn't at the event, but he was watching to see who was the winners. And when his name came up, he said he couldn't believe it because Johnny spelt his name wrong. He spelled it.
Can we talk about that for 1 second? First of all, I'm deaf.
You're not the only one that spells it wrong.
And this is funny because this is on me, because I'm deaf legally. I don't wear hearing. I have hearing aids, I never wear them. And she yelled at me on the way here. Why did I bring them? I ain't wearing them. And when we were putting the names in the computer, she reading me the names, and I kept putting the wrong things in. So his name was Romeo, and I put Roneo.
Romeo.
So I was wrong. I should have heard him.
And so the guy didn't know if he really won because of that.
There's that little bit.
So he actually got in his car, he said, and he came down to the club and he's shaking. He's like this. Did I win the bike? Did I win? And I said, "Are you Joe Romeo?" Yes. I go, "I already sent you an email." He goes, "You did? You did?" And he's looking and he's, "You did." Because with the PayPal, we had his email. So even though there was one letter that was off, his email matched with the that went out, and he was so happy.
Yeah.
He said he has a daughter who has special needs, and it meant so much for him. He said he always gave to charities, and he always supported different charities as his daughter was, growing up. And he decided, well, whether he won or not, he felt like it was a good charity to give to. But he was so appreciative, and that meant a lot to me. He got up on stage with Johnny, and he had tears in his eyes. So to me, that means the world.
Unlike the guy we had last year, who argued with us about paying the taxes on the bike.
And he offered anyone that wanted a ride on the back of his bike a ride.
So I got the first ride coming up.
Then that's
way,
going to be it
Romeo.
for that poor man.
Well, actually, when we were talking about the mobile mammogram, one of our girls, Cuffs, she's part of
Yep.
the LEMC, or Thin Blue Line LEMC. She said Parkland Mobile Mammogram Van travels throughout Dallas County, visiting each of Parkland community clinics. So there is something out there that if you guys need to look that up, it's Parkland Mobile Mammogram Van.
Awesome. And
That's great.
This is what this is all about. It's networking, it's resources, it's bringing everything
Tell
together
them who you know.
to get you healthy, fit, and
early detection's the
and
best
early detection.
again.
All right, I want to thank Johnny Rizzo and Dawn for being part of this. I want to.
Rocca Vaca, distilled 5 times in tailor-made copper stills from the finest Spanish Tempranillo grapes. Exceptional smoothness with a sophisticated fruit taste, and is a unique organic and gluten-free vodka. Rocca Vaca, the vodka that rocks. Enjoy responsibly. A proud sponsor of the Motorcycle Mayhem radio show. Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From heated to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
The world's only biker comedy hypnotist, Gary Michaels.
That hypnotist, Gary Michaels. Oh my gosh, the amazing stuff he did on the stage is amazing. And then I've ran into him, we've ran into him numerous times, and he will stop everything he's doing and just chat with you.
Yeah, I ended up on stage with the hypnotist, so
Yes, you did.
something I wouldn't have done. I would have been volunteering this guy to go do it.
Laugh. There's somebody laugh. 1 million times funnier.
Email Gary at GaryMichaels.net to lock in the dates for your next event. The world's only biker comedy hypnotist, Gary Michaels. Go to GaryMichaels.net or on Facebook for more info. Rock on.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From heated to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.